What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury names the most avoided man in boxing. Tyson Fury has branded a super middleweight fighter as the most avoided man in the sport. It's a big title considering many fans feel that there are plenty of fighters who are avoided in boxing, it being one of the only sports that the best competitors can sit on the sidelines for so long. The WBC heavyweight champion pick, though, may come to a surprise. He said on Seconds Out, shout out to them, that Demetrius Andrade was a bona fide boogeyman. And this is what he had to say, quote, "I'll tell you something we need to mention but never gets a mention. And he's the boogeyman in all the divisions, and he needs a shot at something big. Boo Boo Andrade." Boo Boo Andrade backstory was the WBO super welterweight champion from 2013 to 2015 before moving up to 160 and winning the WBA regular and the WBO middleweight belts. He's undefeated in a 32-fight career with 19 knockouts and is supremely confident in what he can do. And this is what Tyson Fury added. He said, boogeyman, that's a two-weight world champion, and he will box the ears off of anyone who has the bollocks to get in the ring with him. Give the man a shot at something good. He's moved up now, hasn't he? 168. So you've got Caleb Plant, you've got David Benavidez, you have Jamal Charlo. Get them all in. Give the man a chance. He's 33, 34 years old. He hasn't boxed any of these names, and not on his own problem. It's the other names don't want to fight him. Most avoided man in boxing. And let me counterpunch. Demetrius Andrade, though, was with Eddie Hearn, and even Eddie had just pretty much gave up because they offered so much money to Jamal Charlo, $7 million, but you know the blind loyalty over there with PBC fighters, it's just ridiculous. It's just stupid. Okay, so now that we know what's happening over there, those are the type of things that that happened rather. He did have a fight with, I think, Jamal Charlo, and then they wanted to give him 150,000, maybe 200,000, something very, very small, and he turned it down. And I think because he turned it down and they felt that he wasn't up to their type of standards or their reputation or their marquee value, they tried to freeze him out. And they did that for a very long time. Jamal did it. Jermell did it. And what happened when he did show up at these things, like he does to try to self-promote himself, because he is a extroverted type of fighter. But, you know, they shut him down each and every time. They didn't go ham like Canelo did, but they did tell him, like, look, we offered you to fight and you didn't take it, so guess what? We ain't really interested. And, you know, and when he was with all these other guys I think he was with Al Heyman once upon a time. You know, then he got with Eddie Hearn and he made some money, but it wasn't the type of fights that he needed. Gennady Golovkin didn't want that fight. Chris Eubank Jr., I don't know what was up with that. Jamal Charlo didn't want that fight. You know, the $7 million keeps popping up to me when they offered him and he wouldn't take it. Is he avoided? Canelo embarrassed him, basically, and that went viral because Demetrius Andrade basically pulled the air to Erislandy Lara and was like, yo, when are we going to fight? And Canelo just hit the roof. Now, the question you have to ask yourself about Canelo, though, honestly, ask yourself this question. Why didn't he do that shit to Erislandy Lara when Erislandy Lara went on stage, got behind him, grabbed the mic, and asked him, look, we've beat the same guys. When are we going to fight? Bars. You know. But then in contrast, he took that fight with Lara. He wanted to fight Lara. But now all of a sudden, you know, he didn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. He said, you're a horrible fighter. You fought nobody. You're horrible, you know, and all this stuff. And, you know, and that was right after Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders, another name that could have challenged him, but of course that nasal drug or something, no fault of his own, was the reason why he didn't get that fight, because that fight was made and it was ready to be sprayed, okay? And we didn't get that fight, and that wasn't his fault at all. So Demetrius Andrade has had a lot of unfortunate things, but you got to give your prop, and you got to give props to Tyson Fury for mentioning Andrade, right? Why? Because he didn't have to. Tyson Fury sitting on top of the world. He's undisputed, the WBC two-time heavyweight champion of the world. He didn't have to do that. He could have took the same stance as Canelo did. I think Canelo felt, since he had beat, and that was his third belt at super welterweight, he felt that, hey, I'm bigger than these guys. I can pick whoever I want, and who are you to try to call me out because I'm doing so much in the sport of boxing. In fact, I'm the king of boxing, so you have no right or no authority to call me out whatsoever. So get the fuck out of here. You're a horrible fighter. No, I'm not giving you a payday. Those type of things were said coming from the mouth of Canelo Alvarez. So, at least Tyson Fury is like, hey, this guy is being avoided. Someone give him a damn shot. Counterpunch. But fair play to Tyson Fury for acknowledging Boo Boo Andrade, because, some of the last things we've seen of Andrade have been just quite sad. That Chris Eubank, before he was upset by Liam Smith, he offered Chris Eubank some money, like, hey, $1 million. We can make a lot of money. And I'm thinking, like, okay, what's wrong with this guy? Is he on the booze? What's going on with him? Because he does look rather pathetic, okay, or desperate, okay? So you guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury stating that someone needs to give Boo Boo Demetrius Andrade a chance, a shot. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!